Hi my friends, Jovi here, also called Giovanna. Um, I just made my first Facebook live video. So I just wanted to talk about the 9 mistakes most network marketer make online. No, Nerina. The first mistake is that it's not about the product, it's not about your offer, it's not about the company you're in, but it's only about you and what you do. It's about to brand yourself and provide value to people. People are going to remember that way, and because you are having the solutions to their problems, where you can help them. The second mistake is that you are not building relationship by providing the value. Always remember, always remember to get hold of people and to build a relationship with them, because they this way they learn to know you, they trust you, and because you're helping them, because you are having the solution to their problems, or as I told you before, you have some things of value for them. The third mistake is that many marketers are not open to new technologies. I mean, as you already know, the time of inviting friends and family at home and having meetings, and it's quite over. It's quite old-fashioned. Nowadays we have new technologies like internet, where you maybe could sign up hundreds of people, just having thousands of them on a webinar, for example. The fourth mistake is that people used to jump from company to company, and that's certainly not bringing you any success, because you just don't stick long enough to get results. So do you a favor and at least stick to that 3 to 5 years, but then commit to that, do whatever it takes, and just do it, and just stick to that for a while, until you get results, of course. And then you can still decide, is it for me or is it not, and then you can change, but give you a chance to get results. And the fifth, Nerina, bitteschön, Scherzalibone. The fifth mistake is that you're not have to try to do everything on your own. I mean, you have to work, you have to do your work, but remember that in order to do that, you have to have a mentor. You have to have something who tells you the way to go. You don't have to invent the wheel twice. Your mentor knows exactly what you have to do, and just follow his instruction, and doing so you can't avoid being successful with the time. The next mistakes brings me to this. The last mistakes bring me to this. You don't have to be the lonely fighter. I mean, you must plug into a community with like-minded people, where you can get hold of other marketer. You can share your insecurities, your struggles, and but also you can bring in new ideas, tell about your breakthroughs, tell about what you learned during the week, and just showing your results. This is motivating for others, and can also teach others to do what you do, because you're already having results. So it's always a good thing to follow someone who already has results. That's the thing. And I think about that such a community can also be like that's a difficult word for me, accountability partner. I'm sorry. And where you can set goals. You can set goals or schedule your items you want to do during the week, and just helps you to stick to that, because on the next workshop you have to communicate that. You have to tell the people what have you done, how have you reached some results, have you, yeah, just whatever you experienced during the week. So the seventh mistake is that you certainly do not have to search to the internet and buy this, buy that tool in order to be able to start your online business. Try to, of course you need all those tools, but try to find a system where you have all those tools under one roof. Like certainly you need a blog, you need an autoresponder, you certainly need capture pages and sales pages, and make sure that you find all those tools under one roof, so you can join this company and just have everything you need to start an online building on one place. It's the easier way, and in the long term it will cost you less. This for sure. The eighth mistake is that that's the new thing. Not everyone is disciplined enough to work from home. I mean, you have to think about that, because you now have 8 hours a day where you can do whatever you want, and time passes, time flies, and you have really you really have to schedule your time. You have to decide when am I doing what and for how long, and really manage your time. We have a friend of us, Sonia Harris. She has blank paper sheets on the wall, and she's writing practically every hour what she's going to do for the next day, and this is just amazing. I mean, you don't have to put that on the wall, but just in your agenda maybe, or on your iPhone, just define the hours you want to do certain things, and also decide when you do have to make a break, and then stick to that plan, and so you're working much more efficient. That's the thing. The ninth mistake is that you just start, everything's fine, and yeah, you're struggling with something, and okay, but you're going on, but you never wrote down your goal. You never wrote down what you really want to achieve. That's the main thing. If you want to have success, you really have to put it on your desk and write down what your goal is, what your goal are, and write it down, and just don't type it, just write it by hand, and possibly on a piece of paper where you can put on the wall where you always see it and remember it, and you know exactly why you started at first. So writing this down per hand helps to internalize. This is a friend of us, Bob and Evan, told us that you can internalize it much better if you write it down by hand. And as you write it down, try to visualize what's the end of that path will be. Try to visualize and write it down as accurate as possible. You have to imagine your goal. You have to experience with all your senses how does it feel, how it does feel. If you already was there, that's probably wrong. Well, you know what I mean. You have to experience in your mind as you already were there. And this, as long as you do that, the more comfortable you would be with that. And the thing is that your subconscious cannot distinguish from reality and imagination. So if you do that a long period of time, your subconscious is going to believe, that's already reality. So visualizing and feeling with your senses at the meantime helps you really get to that goal. Your subconscious does everything possible to how shall I say that, to bring this imagination into your reality, because that's a universal law that your subconscious mind doesn't want to disappoint you, and will do everything to make it real. So that's the thing you have to remember, because it's the same for negative thoughts. Like an example, if I'm saying I'm so bad in calculation, be sure that you will be bad in calculation, because your subconscious mind gives you the reason. It just said, okay, you think like that, okay, you're bad. Or if you say I can't do that, I would never be able to do that, I will never be able to do that. And if you think like that, be sure that you will never ever be able to do something, because you're already telling you that. And the subconscious mind works like this. Remember, with each thought you have in mind, and if it's not positive, it tends to get reality in the negative, of course. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. I'm sorry for my mistakes. I'm trying to do my best. And yes, see you in the next video. Thank you very much for listening. Bye bye. Thank you.